Hey, what's going on, guys? Somebody's Gun here, and we're back with the Season 7 competitive. We have our first Trio Cash Cup to analyze here in Season 7. EU didn't happen, so we had no options. Probably going to go NA East anyway, but we definitely went NA East now. Nut Eomzo and Chukky took first place. They were able to clutch up, get a fourth place with 4 elims in their last match. This is a newly formed trio. Nut and Chukky came together last season. Eomzo, who's been popping off himself in the previous season, now joins an established duo of Nut and Chukky with Eomzo. Final match, able to get 1 more point, then second place. A solid last match, and instead of going game by game, we're going to talk through this final match, break it down for you guys, and then give you some insights as to how they were able to do so well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get right to it. So this is where these guys are landing. They're taking Flopper Pond, the Spire, and the Satellite nearby as their loot path. Now, in this case, they're also going to get Retail Road because it's uncontested, but for the most part, they're only going to get this area in most of their Trio Cash Cup games. This was enough for them. They also went and grabbed their Cosmic Chest, and in this game, they also get a Llama. So sometimes luck's on your side, and in 10 games, you probably will be able to get a Llama at least once, so you got to take advantage of it with that Slurp Cannon. Additionally, they put an emphasis in the other games that I watch going for that Cosmic Chest to try and get additional loot, and it worked pretty well for him. This piece right here just shows you the power of the Slurp Cannon. Eomzo is literally just staring right back at shots, knowing that it doesn't matter how much he gets tagged. He can just stand there and take shots because it doesn't matter. They're always going to win that trade. And that's how powerful the Slurp Cannon is at the moment, because it is an unlimited source of heals. And these guys know very well that it doesn't matter how much damage they take, as long as they don't get knocked or keyed, they're going to be completely fine. They'll trade the tags. They know they need the surge, and that's exactly what we just saw. I'll save you guys from having to watch this entire thing. During this mid-game, these guys are just going to sit up here and take tags at everyone, essentially sniping, AR tags, literally anyone nearby. Eomzo, Nut, and Chukky just chilling up top. Don't really need to do much at this moment. They're well above surge and going to continue to get tags as teams have to rotate. So these guys were chilling up on height in a really good position, one of the height positions in Fort Zone. Then all of a sudden a team pads to try and take their high ground. Now everyone cranks up. They're a little late to react, so then Nut winds up getting boxed up and tagged up. Luckily his teammates though come in pretty quickly to help. Eomzo's right there to support him, but they lost their high ground, which we see where Fifth Zone pulled. Could have been huge. They could have won this game, even though they wind up winning the tournament from this position. They could have won this game easily if they held 5th here. Nonetheless, not a big deal. Nut is able to get res. They give up the height to the team that padded on top of it. You know, it's a Trio Cash Cup. There's always a team that's going to psycho on the high ground, so it is what it is. You just get used to it. They did pretty well, and now they have to play this from the mid ground. Alright, so now we're in endgame, and they're still in this same position that we saw them in 5th Zone. These guys, just like everyone else in the lobby, are going to hit a pad to rotate to first moving. We see Nut, for the most part, is going to lead the way. He appears to be the IGL making most of the calls, and he's going to consistently put them on a mid-ground layer here. They have another launch pad, so instead of trying to find a really good position, all they simply do is find another position to pad from and then put themselves all the way almost into first moving. This is a pretty solid spot for them to be. Spend almost no materials. Yeah, they took a couple of storm ticks, but they have unlimited heals like we talked about already. That chug cannon is absolutely ridiculous. Now we see get themselves into a good position here. Here's the typical delay, but not really that big a deal. They build in, spend not too many mats. And one of the things that I've noticed from watching this trio is they're very good at having multiple different players tarp. So it's kind of a team tarp or a team effort tarp. Nut's going to lead the way for the most part, but we see Eomzo filling some gaps, and then also Eomzo is going to take over at times. Chukky is clearly the fragger of this trio and is going to be doing those types of things, looking back tarp, looking for potential elims, but Eomzo is also pretty good at finding those elims or refreshes. Now, if there's one thing that I could state is the most important for being successful in these end game zones, it's going to be working towards the front side of zone. We see them consistently on the front side of zone in this last game, looking to clutch up all of those points that they need. And like I said, it's not just Nut that's going to lead the way. Eomzo is also going to take the lead at times and put himself into better positions. This is huge for trios to have multiple players that can tarp, because at times your main tarper is going to take damage and need to heal. They might have to get in an engagement, might get caught in a fight, or worst case scenario, they go down. So you need to be able to do multiple different things, and that includes having multiple different people be able to tarp for your trio. I will be putting out a video later this week to talk about how to tarp and how to practice tarping, so look out for that one. Now, these guys here in endgame, we see Eomzo just looking for those refreshes because they need this in order to sustain themselves through this game. Without a refresh at this moment, these guys are maybe looking to go a couple more tiles or end their game pretty much right now. They're running very low on materials, but are going to be able to scoot through some of these old builds to stay alive, at least for a little bit. And what they could have done was a medkit play here, using the chug cannon along with the medkit, but they're looking for a few more elims. They know they're pretty close and they need a big game. So instead of just going for a medkit play, trying to scoop up some extra placement, they're trying to win this game. And here's where things kind of go wrong for these guys. They get stuck in the middle, and in these 9 zones, you either really want to be ultimate low or you want to be ultimate high ground. Because once you're in the middle, you get pressured from both sides, you get sandwiched, and then just run into massive issues trying to stay alive. So what you should do in these 9 zones, we're going to see a nice clutch here from Eomzo, but what you need to do is find a way to clear your layer and then either work up or down. Because when you get stuck in 9th zone in the middle, you're just simply waiting to go down exactly like that, and it's not a consistent way to win games. The whole point, in my opinion, of playing mid ground is then to go look to play height or find opportunities to play height. The best teams will do that. The other teams will get stuck in mid ground getting top 5s or so placements. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're excited for this season of competitive Fortnite. We're going into our 3rd season straight of trios, and teams are starting to look really, really good. We're also seeing quite a mix-up, so make sure to stay tuned. Watch all the new content that I'm putting out. That way you guys can stay up to date, learn new strategies, and get better at Fortnite for a chance to compete and win some cash. My name's Somebody's Gun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.